This week's parasha is Parashat Ahare and Kedoshim. The pasuk tells us, "Hocheach tochiach et amitecha." A person has a mitzvah to go over to his friend if he sees him doing something wrong, to explain to him what he's doing wrong. Rebuke his friend. However, v'lo tisa alav het. Because of that, we should not come to sin. Rabbi Eliyahu Dweck, the great rabbi from Aleppo from the 1700s, explains this pasuk. First, he has a few questions. It says, "Hocheach tochiach et amitecha." We have to rebuke our friend. What does it mean, amitecha? Usually the word means our friend in Torah, our friend in mitzvot. Why would you have to rebuke such a person? Should have said, "Hocheach tochiach the rasha." And what is this sin that we have to be careful of? Rabbi Eliyahu Dweck brings a beautiful idea from Rabbi Shmuel and Yado, the great rabbi from Aleppo from the 1500s, on a pasuk in Mishleh. The pasuk tells us, "Al tochach letz pen yisnaeka." Don't rebuke a letz; he might come to hate you. Hocheach lehacham v'yaveka, but instead rebuke a hacham so he'll love you. Rabbi Shmuel and Yado explains this pasuk. What does it mean? That when a rabbi gives a derasha, when a rabbi is speaking, or somebody's coming to rebuke somebody, don't focus your whole rebuke, your speech, discussing something specific, and look at that. What's going to happen? Yisnaeka, he's going to hate you in your heart. When you're coming to rebuke somebody, don't focus on that person. Instead, focus on the Hacham, the great man who does not have any issues or any problems, specifically on what you're discussing right now. Veyeveka, and the person who's the sinner will love you. Because he's going to say the Hacham is saying good words, he's saying the right thing, he's talking to everybody. It's emet. Because if he would be focusing on me, he'd embarrass him, he'd point me out, and the person would not be able to take that rebuke inside. Instead, Veyeveka, he'll love him, and he'll turn himself back to make teshuvah. Rabbi Eliyahu Dweck says that's what the pasuk means. Hocheach tochich et amitecha. When a person gives rebuke, when a hacham is giving a speech, in the same manner, don't focus on that sinner, on that person who's done something wrong. Focus on amitecha, on the person who's good in Torah and mitzvot, who doesn't need that rebuke. This way, the person who's there, who will take it inside and he'll love you for it because you didn't call him out. Could you imagine? He's speaking, he's looking at that person. Everybody's saying, you know why he's looking at him? Because he must want to impress on him. He must be a person who has that problem. A person has to be careful when he rebukes somebody, when he tries to correct him, to do it with love. Don't cause the person halbanat panim, don't embarrass the person, don't call him out. And that's the idea of hocheach tochich amitecha. Your goal and your purpose is to help your friend. Do it with love. Rabbi Eliyahu Dweck tells us another idea that I think it's important to mention. That Arizal says, when somebody does this mitzvah, hocheach tochiach, when he goes and tries to correct his friend, if the person doesn't accept the rebuke, the person who's trying to correct him, if he has any sins of his own, his sins will go on the person that he's trying to rebuke that won't accept. It's a powerful thing. So that's what it means in the pasuk. Hocheach tochiach et amitecha. Although a person might want the person not to accept his rebuke because all his sins are going to go on him, instead, no. Hocheach tochiach et amitecha. Do it for the love of your friend. He's your friend. He's your brother. He's not your enemy. Try to help him. Do it with love. B'ezrat Hashem, we should all have a beautiful Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom Mevorach.